It's my February TBR. Hi friends! I am so excited you're here today because I will be talking about my February TBR, everything I want to read, my reading plans, book clubs, readathons, and playing my Ouija game. It is going to be a lot, so let's get right into it. Starting off with my book club pick for February, which is The Fire on Memory Lane by Felix D. DeMero, and my co-host for February is Lexie from Books with Lexie. I reached out to Lexie because this book's synopsis sounds a bit sci-fi. It is about a machine, I believe you go back into your memories to learn stuff. That's what I think, if I remember the synopsis correctly. But I've seen great reviews from this from bookstagrammers that I trust. So I'm very excited to read this one with everybody in February, and it is available on Kindle Unlimited. And speaking of Lexie from Books with Lexie, her book club, the Pyramid Book Club that she hosts with Michelle from Michelle's Library and Monica from A Little Bit of Monica, they will be reading The Bridge by Lauren Bukes, and I don't know what this is about, but I did see that Grady Hendrix really likes this book, so I was sold immediately. And then Kelsey from Slime and Slasher and Christine from Secrets Reads are doing a fun Year of Layman Readathon, and February's book is Beware by Layman, and actually the audio is available through KU, so I will be reading this and we'll see where I fall. So far, I read 3 Layman books and 2 have been 1 stars and 1 has been 4 stars, so we shall see where this one falls. And then my friend Amy from Amy Noel Reads Book Club, Darkhearts Book Club, is reading Alice by Christina Henry, and I'm really excited to read this one. I actually hear great things about it, and I love a Christina Henry book. I read, is it Good Girls Don't Die? Her thriller, and I absolutely loved it. It was one of my favorite books from last year. I read The Ark, and I was like, oh my gosh, I had a lot of fun with it. It definitely wouldn't be for everybody, but it was a lot of fun. So I'm excited to read Alice. And then my friend Kitty's book club, Spicy Cats Reads, is reading a fantasy book, an epic fantasy book. This looks like a hard fantasy as well, which it is the brand of fantasy I did read when I was into fantasy. And that is Shadow of the God by John Gwynne. I'm trying to get my hands on it. We shall see if it happens. It's a chunker. And I hear this was really brutal. That's why I'm kind of excited. I'm going to dip my toe in it and see how it goes, sort of way. I really like the brutality stuff in fantasy, of course, right? Buddy Reads, I'm really excited for. I'm going to read Empire of the Vampire by Jay Kristoff, another fantasy book. Who am I? I have 2 giant fantasy books on this TBR. Oh wow, I have no idea what will happen, but this has been on my bookshelf forever, so I wanted to read it when I saw my friend Sarah from Wicked Reads was planning on reading it before the sequel comes out, and I believe the sequel comes out in March, so February is the perfect time for it. So yeah, I'm so excited to read Empire of the Vampire. I don't know why I said it like that. And then the next book I'm really excited to buddy read with, Kelsey from Simon Slashers and Kelly from Hooked on Books, which I believe her book club is also doing this as a pick for Paperbacks from Hell, and that is Mine by Robert R. McCammon. I believe this is more of a thriller about a woman whose child is kidnapped, but I've seen this pop up on some list for like a toy book, like Evil Toys and Evil Dolls, because you know I'm always working on that list, and it has popped up a couple times. I don't know if it's because there's like toys described or something like in the child's room, or if it's like something more insidious. I'm very intrigued though, and I'm very excited to read this one with them in February. And I am very excited for a couple readathons. I'm so excited. Grabaugust 2.5, hosted by Ollie from Criminali. I am so excited for Wasted Weekend. That is February 17th and 18th after Valentine's Day. And you guys know I will be reading so much trash that weekend. Hopefully a lot of trash will happen. I don't have my TBR picked out yet, but I have a feeling it's going to consist of those horrible gothic romances from the 70s that I feel like I tended to read. I read one or two of them last year around this time, and yeah, it wasn't great, but you know what? It was kind of fun. And I'm really excited to participate in 72 Hours in the Smut Den. Reading Nook. This is a really fun concept of a readathon that happens for 72 hours, and you have two wheels to spin from. I believe this one is reading inside your comfort zone and reading outside your comfort zone, and it is hosted by Lexie from Books with Lexie, and Monica from A Little Bit of Monica, and Mel from Eleanor Reads, and Cassidy from Covers with Cassidy. And I'm super excited to participate at the end of the month. I believe it starts the 22nd. And some just random books from my shelves that I want to get to in February. I had to pick some February themed or like Valentine's Day themed paperbacks that I have. I have Wicked Heart by Christopher Pike. He did not want to kill, but he killed, right? I'm so excited to read this one. I liked this episode in the mini-series on Netflix, so I'm really excited to read it. And then I found this just perusing my own shelves. Bloody Valentine by Stephen R. George. He makes every day Valentine's Day. They called it the profile experiment. So yeah, this looks great. You know what? These might be Grabaugust reads. And then I want to read Paradise by Toni Morrison. This is, I believe, the third book in the Beloved series. I believe the second book in that series is Jazz, but you don't have to read them in any order. So I'm excited to read Paradise. Okay, cut to me playing with the Ouija board. Okay, so I believe we left off on D last month, and I have my rules pulled up over here. So let's roll. We got a skull, which is just a 0, and 2, which is an even number, so it's the letters on the board. So E, 1, 2, F. Alrighty, so let's roll again. Whoa, I got another skull. I got double skull. Oh, does that count as a double? No. I don't know. Oh, great. I guess I do have to pick. So out of my own rules, I would have to pick 3 books off my cart. Oh my gosh, this is very scary for me right now. Okay, so that was terrifying. So for F, I went ahead and went with a Darcy Coates book that still has a sticker on it because that was me. This is 15 Tales of Terror and Suspense, quarter to midnight. So F for 15, I guess. So I'm excited to read this one. I really liked the 50 short stories that I read during Christmas Small Horrors. And then the 3 books I got. So this is actually kind of perfect. Confessions by Connor Minato. I am so excited to read this one, and I actually have my Halloween vlog this year is going to be a little different than last year. I think I read like more dark romance or like really messed up horror stuff, like extreme horror. I might read extreme horror, but I'm going to focus on unhinged women, and this is a big unhinged woman story, so I am very, very excited to read this one. Also, Bluebeard's Castle by Anna Biller, the director of Love Witch. This is a retelling of Bluebeard's Castle. And if you know that story, I really hope this wife does the same shit to him in this, right? I really hope so. So hopefully I can get to this one as well for my unhinged female reading vlog. And then I was like, what the heck, why not just read another Darcy Coates? This is the last Darcy Coates book on my TBR cart, and it is Hunted, and it is huge, but it looks like big font, big old font. Love to see it. So I think it will read really fast. I feel like I can blow through this one. I believe this is about a girl who gets lost in the woods. I think this is more of a thriller than horror, but you know Darcy will bring the atmosphere. So I'm very, very excited to read this one. And that is it. That is all my February reading plans and TBR and book clubs and readathons. So much going on. Let me know, what are you most excited to read in February? And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Bye!